This is part 13 of our Minish Cap walkthrough. We just wrapped up the second dungeon of the game, but it is going to be a long
it's going to
time.
be really long. I mean, there's just a ton of side quests and different like Kinstone fusions, items we gotta get, upgrades we gotta get.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be the third dungeon for a long time.
I think it might be legitimate 7 more walkthrough parts.
Well, I didn't count them, but that's gonna be true.
It's in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's in that neighborhood. But we are going to do some things here in part 13. We're actually going to get the upgraded sword from Midori.
No, that's Malari, isn't it? Midori? Where did you get Midori at?
That's a kind of liquor, actually.
Okay, I was like Midori. Like you weren't even close.
Malari.
Okay.
Malari.
Look how funny that guy looks, though, man.
He is decked out.
What kind of colors is that?
He is decked out in something. Why is he so much bigger than the other?
Like he should be like in this little mine or hole or whatever, because that would not go for a Hyrule film, man. That's not a look. Like he wouldn't get me friends out there.
No. It is nice to go and get this sword upgrade after the first 2 dungeons, though. And we're actually after we do a few things on the side, gonna go fuse the 2 elements we've already collected with the sword as well.
And one thing I was kind of confused on the earlier parts, I think I even mentioned it. I was not sure if we even got a sword upgrade. I thought we kept on getting the elements and it allowed us to copy ourselves, as you'll see here in a little while.
Yeah.
I just totally forgot that we actually got an upgraded sword.
I kind of spaced that when we had that, because I remember having that exact conversation earlier in this one.
Well, like, it'd be a crappy Zelda game. Well, it wouldn't be a crappy Zelda game because there's no such thing. But if we didn't get a sword upgrade, I mean, that would kind of, not defeat the purpose, but...
Yeah, but
we like them to make it easier on us.
Yeah, it shows a progression. Like, a lot of role-playing games and stuff, your character levels up. In Zelda, or Zelda 2, of course.
I level up, I'm role-playing too.
Wrong role-playing. But this way, in most Zelda games, other than Zelda 2, it's like you don't really level up your character, you level up your sword, you level up your items, your armor, that kind of stuff. So, if there were a game where they didn't do that, I feel like you would lose a part of the progression.
I agree. And we've had it for this game was released very late in the cycle, so we had a bunch of games with sword upgrades throughout. So
definitely,
I gotta have my sword upgrades. Darn it!
I think it's kind of funny that Malari there kind of told us there's a quick.
Midori, or whatever you said.
Majora, I don't know.
The bad thing was I knew that was Malari. I actually thought you might have been talking about somebody else. You were so far off.
That's who I was going for. But he tells us about this shortcut to get to the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah,
but we're going to spend a little more time here on Mountain.
We go over here and refuse a Kinstone with this guy, which is the Hermit. Yeah, Hobbit. Yeah, well, that's close. Both H's. But I think this is just a green one. I'm not really sure if it. Definitely a green one.
And since that first time we tried fusing Kinstones a while back, we have loaded up on some of these.
Yes, we have. Well, I think we got a lot. Did we get a lot in Cave of Flames?
I think so.
I think we got a couple in there. So
yeah, I know we picked up a few in leading up to the Cave of Flames as well. So now.
This is pretty cool. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say, it's not so much the fusing of the Kinstones that kind of bothers me. It's that after you do it, you have to go hunt down where it affected the
but if you
world.
look at the map, it shows on there. So
does,
it's kind of nice. You know where everything's at. What I hate is, right there, you actually had to have the piece. So, that guy right there, if you don't have that piece at that time, which I think I might have checked him out earlier in the earlier part. But, that's something you could totally forget about the rest of the game.
Yeah, and the fusing of the Kinstones isn't essential, but man, you get the heart.
There's a lot of good stuff from it, though.
There's a lot of great stuff.
And I can't remember what all the upgrades are, but I think there are a couple upgrades you get from fusing Kinstone.
Actually, I think you're right. It's the 3 girls who are looking for houses. I know you get upgrades from fusing with them.
Yeah, that's a very late in the game, but we'll get butterflies, which allows to allows her I don't know. Link's abilities, it's kind of you can speed up things.
Yeah.
You can shoot arrows faster, stuff like that.
Yeah. So
couldn't think of the word.
I know. Well, plus it's like you said, that's way later in this game.
Yeah, that's way later. Yeah. That's almost before the 5th dungeon later.
Yeah, that's a fun. We'll talk.
Now I do remember trying to fuse with this guy before we went into the Cave of Flames.
I think we actually tried fusing with both of these guys.
Yeah, we did, and I didn't have a Kinstone for either.
And I think it was after the second one we were both like, man, they're so mean when you quit the fusing with them.
Did you see me put my shield up right there? I thought he was going to shoot me when I got in there.
Well, I don't blame you. You kind of never know when these guys are going to reset and become enemies again. It's like, is this guy going to shoot me again?
Enemies normally reset in Zelda games, so I was just expecting him to shoot. Where did it shoot at you?
I didn't blame you for switching your shield.
Why are business scrubs shooting something in the first place? What kind of business are they trying to run there?
It's not a good way to make money.
They see a customer, well, I'm going to shoot him with something. Oh, that's a good way to drive business.
Maybe that's his way of just getting your attention. Hey, you! Hey, you!
I don't know who's in his marketing department. That's not a good marketing strategy at all.
Fire that man.
Yeah, he's only one, so...
Oh, that's so true. But yeah, with kind of going back to what I was mentioning earlier with the hunting down the kinstone things after you actually fuse them. For some reason, after a while, it started making me think of in Wind Waker, where you had to like find the treasure maps, get them read, and then hunt those down. You know how tedious that got.
I never got any of those. I played a game for the longest time, not knowing the light shine out of the water. Like, were the ones that you actually got? Because I just kept on like rolling past those ones and being like, oh, this is what I was getting, but no, it's actually a light shine out, but totally different game, I guess.
Definitely a totally different game. But
so we got good 7 parts of us walking around Hyrule, so...
Yeah, it's...
And Mount Cornell is actually a part that we come back to quite a bit in this game.
We do, which, I mean, it makes sense. It is a huge part of, like, the upper left corner of the map here, and we do spend quite a bit of time.
There's just, like, I don't remember if there's upgrades. It seems like there's just, like, a lot of fusions, just, like, a lot of little things we keep on going back to get.
Definitely, and there's, like, a few pieces of heart, I believe, things like that. Just definitely.
Now, I know me and Red were talking before this, but this cane that we got in the Cave of Flame, it's going like it really kind of acts as the Power Glove or whatever it's called, Titan's Mid, or whatever it's called in those Zelda games. But it kind of acts like that in those games. Like the Power Glove, like opens up a lot of the world. Yeah. And the cane kind of does the same thing in this game. It'll just open up a lot of areas that you couldn't get to before the Cave of Flames.
And you know us, we're big fans of when they bring back items and make you kind of reuse them instead of just use it once in the dungeon and forget about it. So the cane, like you just saw there, we use it to reach higher ledges for one thing. But like in the village and things, we also use it to create the little portals that turn you to Minish size, which lets us.
So it's very, very important to the game.
It definitely is, and I feel like that lets us get a lot of things.
I just like that opens up the world so much. Like I said, like there's 2 handhelds I can think of for sure. The Oracle games, which Red's kind of playing right now. Those games are really contained, and this game really didn't do that. Like, this game was kind of almost open, I guess, from now. When it became, it really just opens up so much. And I like a Zelda game that's, like, open exploration, almost the whole area.
And that's what we think back to, like, games like A Link to the Past and things like that. You could almost get anywhere right off the bat, and that was nice.
Now, here's, like, with the whole Malari talk and stuff, like, first of all, I don't understand, like, how this door only opens up every 100 years, and we just happen to hit this exactly on the 100-year mark. Yeah. And they know that door, like, doesn't... Like, what they say, that door doesn't show...
No one else can see it.
No one else can see that door. Okay, well, then how they know it only opens every 100 years if no one else can see that door?
How do they know there's a door there?
None of this 100-year stuff makes sense whatsoever.
I feel like it doesn't add anything either. It's like, it can just be a secret door that, like, the Child of Destiny or whatever, like you are in just about every other Zelda
like, leading up to this part so far, they've not talked about that door opening at all. Like, you would think they know, like, the time it's coming soon. Yeah. And, like, they'd be talking about it. They haven't talked about it, and just, like, Malari randomly says, opens every 100 years. Bam! It's randomly open right now.
I know.
Whatever.
You think they would have made a bigger deal, like you said, out of the fact that the 100th year is coming up and all this stuff.
Like, it'd be like a celebration, but no one can see the door. Yeah. But yet, they know it opens on every 100 years.
But I will say,
I'm done commentating. I'm done with this game.
Despite all that, though, I will say, and I think you agree with me on this one, the look and the music here.
Love it.
In the Elemental Sanctuary, it just feels very sacred, I guess.
Yeah.
It feels like you're in an important place, and it looks like you're in an important place.
I don't even know what omniscient means, to be honest with you. I don't know why I use that word. Was that kind of the right way? I mean, whatever.
I don't think so.
I wasn't sure. I thought that word went with it, but whatever. But I kind of kind of sacred now. This is like a portal right here between like the Minish and the humans, right? That's kind of what this area serves as right here.
Which is funny because I guess we never really get to. I mean, well, we get to see the Minish like in all around Hyrule. So it's like we see like their town in the forest. Yeah, their mine.
So how's this a bridge exactly? Yeah, I don't understand that either. Maybe
we're sitting here criticizing.
I'm confusing myself more as I talk about this part. Hey, I love that little statue right there. By the way, that little 4 swords. Yeah, kind of reminds me of Wind Waker when you go get the Master Sword.
Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful.
Kind of like the same thing right there.
Now, the ability we get from fusing the elements to our sword lets us duplicate ourselves. And what that's going to let us do basically is like push some bigger blocks and hold down some like multiple switches. I wish they'd have done a little more with it than just that.
Yeah, it's really only those 2 things.
It really is. And it's like it doesn't feel as important as a new town.
They could have used it better, but I mean, it was still used quite a bit for like not puzzles like you said, but like just switches. But anyways, that'll go ahead and wrap up part 13. We'll talk about what we're talking about in the next part.